Efforts in boosting turnout on LegCo election day continue as the government hosts the first official forums, which appear to be sparkless. 21 people are arrested in an operation against illegal labor, including foreign domestic helpers hired as trainers at a mountain bike park. And a suicide attack in Pakistan's capital kills at least 12 people outside a district court. Good evening, you're watching Cable News on FM5. The government staged the first two of its 39 forums for the Legislative Council election, featuring candidates of 2 of 5 geographical constituencies in the new territories. Meanwhile, authorities also announced subsidies for community centers to help senior and disabled voters cast their ballots in the election. Jamie Liu reports.
投入選舉，共創未來。
For the first time, the government is organizing LegCo election forums, inviting hundreds of residents and campaigners to the inaugural session this morning. It featured 5 candidates competing for 2 directly elected seats in New Territory Southwest, which covers Kwai Tsing and Tuen Wan. Unlike previous crossfire-style forums held by broadcasters, candidates focused on talking about their own policy ideas, even when given the opportunity to ask each other questions. Speaking to reporters, Secretary for Constitutional and Mainland Affairs Eric Tsang dismissed concerns about little confrontation among contenders. He said this would facilitate a healthy competition, stressing that chemistry will be different among various constituencies. Another session was held this afternoon for the New Territories Northeast constituency, which covers Tai Po and parts of Sha Tin. Asked about turnout goals, Tsang said the election forums aimed to raise public awareness, and when it grows, he believed it will boost voter enthusiasm. Separately, apart from hosting forums to let voters know more about the candidates, the government also offers a one-off $20,000 subsidy for community centers serving the elderly or disabled people to support their users in voting. Officials said the centers can use the allowance to arrange shuttle services to voting stations and organize activities to raise awareness of the election. The measure is an expansion of the one implemented in the 2023 District Council election, the first municipal polls since the Patriot-only electoral reform. Jamie Liu, Cable News.
The Immigration Department has cracked down on illegal workers in a series of operations, arresting 14 suspected illegal laborers, mostly domestic helpers of Indonesian and Filipino nationality, along with 7 individuals suspected of employing them. During an 8-day operation, authorities raided 47 locations across Hong Kong, including restaurants, coffee shops, and retail shops. 2 35-year-old Filipino male domestic helpers were discovered working as maintenance and cleaning staff at a mountain bike practice ground in Shengshui. They were also acting as unlicensed instructors, offering driving lessons without professional certification. In a barbecue site in Tai Po, 2 Filipino female domestic helpers were found working as kitchen assistants, handling and preparing barbecue ingredients. The remaining arrested individuals were allegedly working in restaurants and eateries, earning daily wages ranging from $100 to $400 for dishwashing and cleaning duties. Police are investigating a suspected suicide after 2 brothers aged 67 and 59 were found dead at a public rental flat in Chengsha Wan early this morning. Police found bottles of alcoholic drinks and purported suicide notes after searching the unit at Yun Lok House in Yun Chau Estate. A security guard reported at around 6:30 a.m. that the unit had been emitting a strong odor for several days. Firefighters had to force entry into the unit. The remains of 2 brothers were found inside the flat, with signs of decomposition. Sources said the 67-year-old man passed away first, followed by his 59-year-old younger brother, who took his own life days later. Officers have classified it as a dead body found case and are conducting further investigations. Although the threat of Typhoon Fengwang to Hong Kong has weakened as it skirts the city after battering the Philippines, Hong Kongers are still reminded to keep away from the shoreline as there will be swells. Meanwhile, Fengwang is expected to make landfall in southern Taiwan while continuing to weaken. Multiple counties across the region have suspended work and classes as a precaution. Jeremy Zhu has more.
Before the storm's arrival, rising water levels have been reported in several parts of Taiwan. In Hualien's Guangfu Township, a bridge collapse has been reported, with floodwaters submerging nearby roads. In neighboring Wanrong Township, torrents of mud and debris swept into villages. Authorities had earlier warned that a major barrier lake in the area was at risk of breaching, issuing a red alert. Some residents were transferred to churches and schools for safety. The island's weather officials expect the storm's influence to reach the southern part of the island by early Wednesday. Heavy rainfall is forecast for northern, eastern, and southern mountainous areas, with some regions likely to receive 24-hour accumulations of 300 millimeters or more. Both land and sea typhoon warnings are in effect, and ferry services between Kinmen and Xiamen and Quanzhou, part of the mini 3 links, have been suspended. Earlier, the system struck the Philippines as a far stronger super typhoon, claiming multiple lives and injuring a dozen. 59 provinces were affected nationwide, displacing more than 1 million people. Of these, over 800,000 have been moved to temporary evacuation centers. Fengwang was the 21st typhoon to hit the Philippines this year. Earlier this month, the central part of the country was already devastated by Typhoon Kaomegi, which left over 200 dead and more than 100 missing. Jeremy Zhu, Cable News.
A suicide car bomb exploded outside a local court in Pakistan's capital Islamabad, killing at least 12 people and injuring dozens others. Jamie Liu reports.
Online videos showed flames and plumes of smoke rising from several vehicles behind a security barrier. Pakistan's interior minister said an attacker detonated a bomb near a police car after a failed attempt to enter court premises. Local media reported that the casualties were mostly passers-by or those who had arrived for court hearings. Pakistan President Asif Ali Zardari condemned the attack, saying terrorism threatens Pakistan's peace and stability. He vowed the complete eradication of terrorists, especially those with foreign support. Jamie Liu, Cable News.
Indian police in Delhi have invoked an anti-terror law in probing a lethal car explosion near the historic Red Fort on Monday evening. The blast killed at least 9 people and injured 20 others. Quentin Yang reports.
The blast occurred at around 7 p.m. local time on Monday, when a slow-moving Hyundai car carrying 3 passengers stopped near the Red Fort metro station and detonated. The explosion ripped through the vehicle, igniting nearby cars and rickshaws in the densely populated old quarter of the city. The force of the blast left mangled bodies and the wreckage of several cars on the congested street. The Delhi police have registered the case under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, the country's main law to combat acts of alleged terrorism, and the Explosives Act, which punishes the illegal purchase and use of incendiary materials. As of Tuesday morning, police had taken 4 people into custody, including the car's owner, who claimed he had sold the vehicle prior to the attack. India's Home Minister Amit Shah, after visiting the blast site and the injured in the hospital, stated that all angles are being investigated and that security agencies would reach a conclusion soon. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also expressed his condolences. The Red Fort, one of India's most recognizable landmarks and a major tourist attraction, will be closed to visitors for the next 3 days to aid the investigation. Meanwhile, security has been heightened across the Indian capital, with increased vigil at airports, railway stations, and bus terminals. Neighboring states, including Punjab and Haryana, along with financial capital Mumbai, have also been placed on high alert. Quentin Yang, Cable News.
Canada's measles elimination status has been revoked by the Pan American Health Organization after the virus was found to have been circulating domestically for more than a year. Jeremy Zhu reports.
Having first achieved measles elimination status in 1998, the North American country saw outbreaks begin in several provinces last October. PAHO stated that because a single strain of the virus has now been transmitted continuously within the country for over 12 months, it has officially withdrawn the designation. By the end of October, some 5,100 cases had been reported, of which over 4,700 were confirmed. The majority were concentrated in Ontario and Alberta, with each province reporting one measles-related death in an infant. Most cases have been found in children and adolescents, with 88% of patients being unvaccinated.
Measles is an incredibly contagious disease, and when outbreaks occur in susceptible populations, meaning people who are not protected from either prior infection or through vaccination, you get these really explosive, disturbing and very costly outbreaks.
Canada's Public Health Agency acknowledged the outbreaks are centered in provinces with low immunization rates and said it was working with PAHO and local health authorities to improve vaccine coverage to an ideal 95%. The spread of measles has also extended to other North American nations, including the United States and Mexico. The U.S. has recorded more than 1,600 cases across multiple states since January. If its outbreak continues into next year, it too will lose its measles elimination status. Jeremy Zhu, Cable News.
The Israel government plans to offer a new batch of digital green bonds in 4 currencies, with a total amount projected to top $10 billion, the largest issuance to date. Bloomberg reported that the government-backed digital green bonds, denominated in Hong Kong dollars, offshore yuan, US dollars and euros, have been oversubscribed by about 13 times. The total issuance amounts to about $10.1 billion, skyrocketing nearly 70% compared to last year's issuance. Among these, the $2.5 billion portion in Hong Kong dollars is a 2-year bond with a coupon rate of 2.5%, while the $300 million 3-year digital bond has a coupon rate of 3.625%. This is the 3rd issuance of digital green bonds by the government since 2023, with the scale continuing to grow, paving the way for the city to become a global hub for digital assets. Now let's take a look at the stock market. The Hang Seng Index ended the day up 47 points. Top active stocks of the day. Checker Fund was up 4 cents, Tencent was up 50 cents. Xiaomi was up 62 cents, SMIC was down $2.05. On to the weather now. Mainly cloudy, 1 or 2 light rain patches at first, sunny intervals during the day. The temperatures will range between 21 and 25 degrees, moderate to fresh northerly winds. Now let's take a look at the weather around the world. That's our news tonight. I'm Evan Bai. Thanks for watching and good night.